Welcome to Easy Electronics, and here we are discussing about the paper pattern of SPPU FYBSc Computer Science, particularly for the electronics subject. And here I am discussing your first paper, which is instrumentation system. This is the fourth part of the objective type of questions, and I know that you are having your paper 1 exam, that is instrumentation system paper, on 17th of August, and I wish all the best to all my students. So here we are discussing the fourth part of this session. So the first question is, DC motors are dash devices. This is the diagram of DC motor, which is having 4 poles and one circular yoke, which kind of shown is here, and these are the options. So options are electrical devices, mechanical devices, electromechanical devices, and magnetic devices. So here the answer is electromechanical devices, because the working of DC motors are related with the mechanical as well as the electric mechanism of the structure. So that's why they are the electromechanical devices. Then dash are old techniques for thin film fabrication. So here answer is both A and B. Thermal evaporation as well as sputter deposition. These are the two techniques, old techniques for thin film fabrication, and rest of the techniques are also there, but they are the newer techniques of developing the thin films. Then the dimensions of nanosensors are in. These are the nanosensors, which you can see that they are number of nanosensors. They are placed on the tip of the finger. So that's why we can say that they are very small in size. Now here we have to predict the dimension of it. So here the options are 10 to the power minus 9, minus 6, minus 3, and none of these. So as we all know that nano means 10 to the power minus 9. So option A is the correct one here. Dimension of nanosensors are in 10 to the power minus 9. Then are used as substrates for developing thick film sensors. So here aluminium as well as beryllium, they are used as substrates for developing the thick film sensors. So option C is the correct option here. Ideally, the input impedance of an operational amplifier is. So we know that operational amplifier have 5 ideal characteristics, including the input impedance, output impedance. Then there is the perfect balance. After that, other two are also there. So the options here are 0, infinity, equal to the internal resistor, and none of these. Okay, so here the answer for this question is infinity. The input impedance, ideal input impedance of the operational amplifier is infinity, whereas its ideal output impedance should be 0. Okay, after that its bandwidth is infinity. Ideal bandwidth must be infinity, and perfect balance is there, and one more characteristic, maybe I will recall it afterwards. So ideally there are the 5 characteristics of the operational amplifier. So the infinite input impedance, infinite bandwidth, 0 output impedance, and perfect balance. Then the next question is, ideally the output impedance of an operational amplifier is, as I told you that this is the ideal output impedance, so it must be 0. Option A is the correct one here. Now here one diagram is circuit diagram of the operational amplifier is shown, and the question is the negative feedback dash the gain of an amplifier. तो एम्पलीफायर का गेन निगेटिव फीडबैक की वजह से whether it increases or decreases or it do not change or none of these. So obviously we know that whenever we are talking about the negative feedback, then um, there is a kind of decrease at the gain of the amplifier. So option A is the correct option here. Then the positive feedback dash the gain of an amplifier. So positive feedback definitely increases the gain of an amplifier. So option B is the correct answer here. Then in an inverting amplifier configuration, the output and input are. Now here options are given and answer is also written. Now here you just have to note down that op amp is having two input terminals. First one is the inverting input terminal, which is shown by minus sign, and another one is the non-inverting input terminal shown by the plus sign. Okay. Now the minus sign itself indicates that there is a phase reversal between that of the input and output. So if the input is going like in the positive direction, I can show you the waveforms. Okay, so if you are applying the input like this, which is in the positive direction, okay, then at the output you will get the waveforms which are having the direction starting from the negative side. So this is your input and this one is your output. Okay, so from the waveform itself we can say that there is a 180-degree out of phase relationship between that of the input and output in case of the inverting amplifier. And the last question is, to detect when the input is greater than a particular value, use a dash. Options are limiter, comparator, clamper and relaxation oscillator. So here the correct answer is comparator. So whenever we have to detect that whether the input is greater or smaller, or whenever we have to perform some kind of comparison between that of the two inputs of the amplifier, then we have to use one of the application of the op amp, which is known as the comparator, which is actually comparing the two inputs of the op amp. Okay, so this was all about the objective questions of the fourth part. We will meet soon for the fifth as well as the sixth, which is the last part of this session. Okay, so do watch the videos related with the session, and if you like this video, then like, subscribe and share my channel. And I think this is very useful for the students of FY Computer Science, particularly for the SPPU University. Rest of the students, they can also subscribe my channel if they are very much interested for knowing the concepts related with the electronics subject. So thank you so much everybody.